Hit it. All right. This is the Naked Heart Tarot reading cloth that I love to do the bones readings on. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So in case you want to know, that's what I'm doing. I like to see that here. It just really gets along with the bones really well for me. So that's why I like it set in such a way. Sometimes I use that deck of cards with them. Sometimes other decks speak more loudly. Raven's Prophecy is speaking pretty loud on that one. And then the bones. The bones reading. Okay. Let's see if we can tip this down so you can see what's going on. The bones are coming in before the cards. Now, sometimes, Wendy, the cards come before the bones, but sometimes the bones come first. So we're going to look across this and see what we got going on. Getting something about the hearth and winter chill, deep snow, cold feet, deep snow, winter chill in the hearth. Let's see what's going on with this. Ooh. It feels like there was some joy that was abandoned. There's some joy coming through here. This is like really, really high chakra, divine, happy, happy, joy type of chakra opening up, readiness, readiness, readiness. And then there was a divergence from the path. You get the bones in the position of the perch, and it's like the angle of the branch has changed. It's almost like you feel like your dream fell off. Your dream fell off. The way you wanted to walk didn't allow yourself to stay level and balanced on this. It was almost like, I don't know a better word to describe it than naivete, but it was almost like over idealistic, over romanticized, thinking about something. And because you didn't have that happen in the time that you thought, it really was stifling. It squelched the joy out of something. And this is looking like it's in the past. This is looking as far back perhaps as 6 months. This is what's going on. And it feels like it tipped the balance out of whack for you. It didn't feel like it was a good thing. Like you had your plan all set, ready to go, ready to go. You had this big dream, these big joyful ideas. You're ready, ready, ready. And then the universe said, yeah, no, no, no. Thwarted, stopped, blocked. Like, ugh. Blocked. Like it feels like you definitely didn't get what you wanted to have happen. You couldn't have done anything more on your effort, but you did have hopes that may have been a little bit ambitious in the time frame going forward. There's a curl of the smoke. We're in the hearth now. We're in the recent past. We're on this bone here. I don't know if this bone. And it's got this curl of smoke coming through. What is this about? I'm getting curl of smoke, cinder, and ash. This is something I don't usually see a bone that means somewhat like the death card, but that's what I'm getting. It's like a revered smoke, a revered something, death honoring the ancestor smoke. There's something that was this loss that needs to be honored, and it's transformative smoke coming through here. I want the cards for this. Raven's Prophecy, a little bit more on this one. Why are we getting this energy of death and transformation going on? This energy of ancestor smoke. Ace of Wands, 9 of Coins, 7 of Coins. Excuse me, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, 9 of Coins, 7 of Coins. Wanting the independence sooner. The 7 of Coins shows us disappointment. There's something that needs to be trained, like trained to climb, trained in order to climb. Thinking that you were ready to climb, thinking you're ready to go and not ready to go yet. This is what this is about. There's some kind of skill set that needs to be more deeply structured, more deeply experienced before you have the independence and are able to go. The transformation is there, but this feels like the butterfly pacing the branch, and often I say it's time to get off the branch and fly. This one, no. Actually, no. This one's asking you had the branch, you slid back, and it changed your perspective. There is something about the pacing and the learning, the doing and the pacing that is important for you, and your independence is coming. This skill set is coming in, but it's in the evaluation and allowing for divine timing to come in, that it's going to be allowed to flow through a little bit better. Now, what do we have going straight down? Clairaudience is sounding like a bowling alley when the pins strike. Like it's a strike in the bowling alley, and you know how noisy that is, and the guardrails are up. This is we're in the alley here. I don't know what that is. Okay, this is past, we're in the now. Some of this that you will have weathered, the smoke has curled, the smoke has curled. When it curls on the third time, the third turn of the curl, you'll have the lesson. The skill set, you'll have the lesson. You'll have enough of a working knowledge of this lesson, of this spiritual skill set that's ancestral, that comes through. This comes through multiple generations back. I don't know exactly what. And there's something about Virgo energy coming through here. I'm not sure why that is. We don't have the Hermit on deck. We have the nine of coins, but this doesn't look like Hermit energy or Virgo energy, although that card can mean that. It feels like September Virgo energy, like an ancestor who had that kind of a birthday. I don't know what that's about. The skill set, though, is there. It's there. You're not meant to color within the lines your entire life. You're not meant to just stay coloring within the lines. You're meant to be creative and allow your heart to take the lead and then individuate. You're going to go deeply into your heart, and then you're going to individuate more and more and more. What's going on with this? Your creative talents, the fire that you light again and again, it needs to be lit, it needs to be cared for, and you're moving forward beyond the point of survival, beyond the point of where you're just measuring. The clarity that comes with practice on this skill, you'll understand, okay, this is how I do this. This is me when I'm doing a skill that's more like there's a reading and a straight psychic reading, or then you can do mediumship, or then you're doing light language, or then you're doing whatever it is. Your skills are this way too. It's not just a practice. It's when you're moving and weaving and in the flow in such a way. This is something you're getting very good at with your skills, and you'll know when you're flexing one muscle or another. Your spiritual skills are coming through like muscle groups. You'll know when you have the flex. If you've been holding back on something that doesn't need held back anymore, this is something to do with a moon practice. I'm not sure what that's about, but it feels very strongly to do with a moon practice. This is something that your renewal, maybe this is something you're learning to honor a little bit more. And when it feels like you're doing some kind of moon practice, spiritual cleansing thing that you should be doing on the monthly. I don't know what this is about, but that's what's coming through. I don't know why it's coming through. Yeah, it's coming through. It's very, very, very connected with moon energy. This year, whatever it is, the moon cycles, I'd be very, very aware. There's something that is connecting the silver thread, the silver cord, something with divine light being connected, and it has to do with the moon energy, and you've been reluctant to buy into that. Or you might buy into it, but think nothing has happened, and you're expecting, I don't know, maybe you're expecting, an angelic appearance to just poof, but that's not how it's going to go for you. It's going to be different than that. There's bundles of things. There's a bundling and a binding coming up. What is this? Why are we getting the hearth? Because you're gathering the skills. There's multiple skills you're gathering. You weave around. Look at this card. You weave around and you hold them together. You bundle them together. They come together. It's not just one thing. It's multiple things wrapped together. It's this bundle. This is from an ancestor that has this gift. Is sharing this gift. Is teaching you along the way. Look to your spirit guides. They might come in more as a spirit guide for you. You might not know which ancestor this is, and don't get caught up on it. If it comes through as a guide, just trust that the connection is strong enough. Trust it. You don't have to have the exact dates or know, if it was Great Aunt Martha, Great Aunt Hildy, or whoever, doesn't matter. It's going to come through. Now, what is this green that's coming through? We've got shades of Lemuria, shades of Atlantis coming in, and this energy of the mermaids and the sirens coming in. This is telling me that there's a call that you can do. There's a call in your voice, a way that you can cry under the moon that will call forward your gifts in a very good way, a very cathartic and cleansing kind of way. There's also this mermaid energy about you going forward. This is something where you dive deeply enough into the emotions that you can really, really move through them. This is something that you're gifted to help others move through these emotions. These same lessons that you have are things that you can share. When people see you moving through your emotional lessons and growing, it does help lift, but more importantly, it shows an example. It shows a blueprint to somebody else. It is as if right here in this green bone here, it is as if when your heart is open enough, then it is magnified. When you release some of the pain, when you do whatever it is, your moon ceremony, and you do it in a dedicated way, people see that and they think it's a little bit weird, but they're like, but she's happy all the time. She's very much happier. Something's going on with her. It's getting the attention of somebody else that you are meant to be influencing by just doing what you're doing. Just you being on your course, on your own charted course, is going to be good. What is the filaments? There's filaments coming through here. Usually I'll see filaments, or if you think of like the filaments in the light bulb, it's filaments, though. It's filaments of light that I'll sometimes see. You can do it sometimes this way, and you can see filaments of light strands rather than aura. You see strands here. There's something about a generational stranding that you're meant to be repairing. There's a heart healing on the generational. This is why it's coming through. The generational healing on something. This is a wound that needs to be healed, repaired, and there's a filament going on. What is that about? I'm moving away from this Father knows best energy that's been there a long, long time. The antlers of the king, the king, the king, moving away from the king, moving away from the king knowing everything, moving more towards the feminine energy coming forward, moving away towards things that are disjointed family, dysfunctional family patterns, sometimes narcissistic family systems, and there's filaments and brokenness that needs healed. You'll be working on this, but you're moving towards more balance. It's going to be tricky for you to do. There's filaments, there's strands of healing. Sometimes people, when they have toxic, for lack of better terms, family situations, sometimes they go completely no contact. Other times they just stand in what their truth is, and they don't have to condemn. They don't have to judge. They just have to keep their own boundaries held and balance their own selves. And it feels like that is what's being asked of you, to keep your balance in order to move forward, to stay in the alley, to stay in your lane. That's where you get the strike. That's where you score the points. That's where the noise is big. That's where the strike is. The bowling strike that I got earlier, that's where it is holding your pattern, holding your balance, holding what it is that you're going forward doing. Wow. And there will be ambitious stuff coming through for you to handle and take on. You're going to come up against people in your grill a little bit, and you're not going to be so triggered by it. I don't know what that's about. This is coming through in July, and I'm not sure why it's coming through in July, but it is coming through in July. Then it's as if the bones want to align there. It's like, I'm going to show you these bones down here. It's as if these three bones, rather than being how they are, they want to align. This one wants to have the filament go higher. This wants to come into alignment. This one wants to carry the gift going like this. When it does this, that means that you're in the land of the three amigos. There's more friendship opening up. Instead of a toxic family system, there will be more of friendliness and friendship opening up. It means that how you stand in your truth, how you stand in a positive way, not preaching to anyone to do it a certain way, but neutral enough not to get triggered and positive enough to hold your boundaries with ease. That's what I'm getting. And that makes more room for love to open up, more growth to open up, more depth to be there than was previously there. Going forward, the scarred one. Now we have this bone here, this one. And it's coming through as the scarred one. This is coming through as somebody you know. They could be soul family. They could be literal family, the scarred one. It doesn't always come through as that, but that's what it's coming through. It's coming through as the scarred one that has the deeper wound. There is a level of understanding. This person is not ready to move past their wounding yet, but you are one that can talk to them or say, hey, this is beyond my capacity. Let's get you somebody that is wiser. Have you talked with a therapist on whatever this is about? The scarred one has a deeper wound than a lot of people will see. You'll see it, but you can't heal it, but you can tell her straight up stuff. Or tell them straight up stuff. You can tell them, you need to see a therapist on this. Or, you know what, you've been carrying this for a long, long time. How long do you want to carry it? And where somebody else would say that to them and they would be offended and be like, well, that's bogus. That's really blunt and really rude. You'll say it and it will be heard. Now I want to pull this to the side a little bit so it can be seen on there. So this is the scarred one right there. We're going back to the Lemuria. Why are we going back here? I don't know if you're doing light language or not yet, but you should be. You should be doing light language. You should be tuning into either runes, angel symbols like the Zebu symbols, or light language, because it's a way that you free up energy and you move forward. We're doing a little bit of that. Just give me a second. This is the shape that we're getting. We're getting this one coming through. This one coming through. It's this bounce, this momentum, and this coming through. And it's really, really interesting. This is the symbol coming through. It's this. Let's see if I can draw it from your angle. It's like this coming through. This swoop, this loop, and this down. And it's really stayed down. It really stayed down. It's the swoop, the loop, and the down. It's forward momentum, looking back, and then holding your ground. Holding your ground fiercely. This is where you hold your ground, but you are there, and there's comfort offered, there's truth offered for this one who's been so wounded, and it's coming through. This is something that is memories from previous time, and I'm getting so strongly this mermaidy, Lemurian, Atlantis energy coming through. I don't even know if you believe in that shit, but that's what's coming through. Lucy says it doesn't matter. Lucy is one of my guides that I strongly associate with that, and Lucy says it doesn't matter whether you believe in that or not. However your system is, the truth is going to come through anyway. The truth will come through anyway. You will know it. It will be spiritual knowledge that's ready to be there, ready to be activated. Don't worry if your beliefs are changing. You're not sure of what you think or what you believe. The truth you will know, you will know, you will know. The direction. The cosmic direction where you're overcoming fear, overcoming old tracks that have been laid in the past. Very interesting. All right. Old tracks laid in the past, old institutional beliefs, old wisdoms that you held. There's something you've outgrown and you've moved beyond. This old stuff, you've moved beyond it. Now here we have the 8 of Swords that's held you hostage in that belief system, and the 9 of Swords. You know that something isn't jiving. That additional sword of truth is like, yeah, that doesn't work for me anymore. Like maybe 10 years ago, you'd hear somebody talk about reincarnation and be like, yeah, I totally don't believe in that. And these days you're like, I think maybe we do get more than one go around on the planet. It would be that different of a thing, but it's arrived at over a period of time. And there's not somebody clutching your hand to hold. It's you actually releasing from somebody else's clutches, being released from their clutches, letting go of the decaying hand with the 9 of Swords. This is an epiphany and aha. The 9 of Swords is the rude awakening, but this is the knowledge of the old path that doesn't serve. There's no reason to backtrack. The greater love is calling forward for you. What is that about? The greater love is calling forward for you. There's something about this very, very grounded energy that's come about. We've got Virgo energy over here. We've got Taurus energy in this symbol over here. And there may be something more to it than just the Taurus symbol here. There might be somebody that has Taurus in their chart that's significant to you. And I don't know why that is. But it feels like there are 2 symbols. There's the Virgo that's coming from ancestral, and somebody very grounded or sets example of grounding for you in the Taurus energy. I don't know what that's about. The big love coming forward. The 9 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and the Empress. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, the 9 of Cups. This is the wish card, getting everything that you would wish for. The 6 of Cups, this happy lightheartedness. This sometimes means nostalgia, but you're clear of the rose-colored glasses. You've been clear of them for quite some time. But there's this return to joy that's coming that was right here. There's this return to joy that's coming through. This receptivity, this readiness to go forward with this project that's so joyful for you. The return of the big love, because the direction you want to go requires more joy than you had, and it got squelched and it got stifled. Your spirit is wanting joy for you, and it's opening up, moving beyond fear, moving beyond this sense of enoughness, or will it be okay with others if I choose to do differentliness? Pooey on that. You're moving forward beyond that. Yeah, your sense of groundedness is something that is helping you move forward, and your sense of allowing knowledge and light to be in there, and allowing the gifts to come in the bundles that they come in, be bundled and working together without having to assert this or assert that or battle anything, is leading you exactly to what you wish for. It's beautiful. Anything else? One more at the center of the bowling alley now. What does she do for inspired light? This is a big one. Wheel of Fortune. Allow each thing in their season to be in their season. All right? Allow the strength of the season to be with you. So if the strength is the winter season, then you're going to allow yourself to hunker down. If the strength of the season is the spring energy, think of it in terms of seasons. And you might get spring energy tomorrow, even though it's the middle of winter. If you get this spring energy where you're doing spring cleaning, think of it as seasons. You might have it for a week. The seasons in the Wheel of Fortune is turning and turning. And this is turning, but it's in the strike zone. It's in the bowling lane. The guardrails are on it. It's like there's been multiple things that are happening to try and turn this wheel. Allow the energy of the season to be the season. If you're harvesting on some things and planting on another, you have all of these seasons happening simultaneously almost. So allow which energy in that day, think of it in terms of season, and it will help you to, I want to say congeal, but that's not, it's going to help things coalesce. It's going to help them come together. That's what I've got. The Wheel of Fortune is on this. This is a fated year for you to have huge, huge spiritual growth lessons. The training part is about done. And now this knowing and letting go of what's been decayed, letting go of that, hunkering down, allowing solitude when it's necessary, allowing new friends in when it's necessary, offering help in a way where it doesn't drain you is really important. And it's important for this one, the scarred one, the wounded one here. Very, very important for you. The Wheel of Fortune is trying to turn this lever to return to you this joy that was there in this kind of a way. That's what I've got, and that's complete. Holy smokes, that's beautiful. That's what's going on for you. This is like, if you could describe it in lesser words, it'd be like, ba-bam! Big, big spiritual explosive growth, big expansion, big, beautiful, ta-da, big stuff. Yeah. And it's not something that you've earned, but it's something you're more than ready for. More than ready. Even though you've been like, yeah, not so, you're more than ready. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy cow. Beautiful. Beautiful reading. Wow. That's just huge. That is just absolutely huge and gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's what I've got going on for you. I'm going to gather up the bones, but what a beautiful reading. Wow. I loved that. Love that for you. I'm really excited for you. And don't forget, on the way you're doing either runes or Zebu or light language, send me an email on that a little bit later to Angie Does Classes, or if you send it on the other and mention this read specifically, then I will know, okay? That's what we'll do on that, Wendy. And I'll let you know some of the things that I like, some things I prefer, but send me an email when you're ready to check that out a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to gather this up. Let me push stop.